Hey friends, fans, Bellringer enthusiasts, science lovers, and everybody else. Welcome to Tuesday and your Tuesday Bellringer. All right. Hey now. Mr. Kovacs class. It's Mr. Kovacs class. You might learn a ton. It's Mr. Kovacs class.
It's interesting too.
It's Mr. Kovacs class.
And he's super cool.
It's Mr. Kovacs class. Yesterday we had a test, and the test went pretty good. You know, it was Regents questions. A lot of you struggled on them or struggled with them, but then went back and redid some questions to improve your grade. And so that shows me, those of you who chose to do that you're a good student, right? You know, when you have the opportunity to make your life better, your grade better, take advantage of them. Regents questions, a lot of reading. I don't know if you noticed that in the test. There was a lot of reading, and I've said this before, it's as much a reading test as it is a science test. And that's why I have you do so much reading in class with our book talks, right? You need to practice reading scientific literature and looking for things, pulling things out of it, right? So that you can be more successful on the Regents exam. Actually, to be honest, the more you read, the more successful you'll be in school in general. Goes without saying. Just builds vocabulary and language skills and critical thinking skills and all those things that are essential. But anyway, let's look at, we're going to start talking about the nervous system, in particular neurons. The nervous system, it's made up of, well, nerves. Okay, and what are nerves? Nerves are bundles of cells. The big bundle we call the big boss man is the brain. And another big bundle of neurons is called the spinal cord. And then it branches off into smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller nerves until you get to individual one cell big neurons that go to the, you know, basically every tissue in your body is serviced by nervous tissue. Okay, nervous tissue. So we're going to look today at the basic unit of the nervous system, which is the neuron. Neurons are typically long cells, long skinny cells. We call actually the long skinny part, it's called an axon, A-X-O-N. Good Scrabble word if you play the game. An axon, right? And but they're cells with cell bodies, and what's cool about nervous cells is that they can communicate with each other, right? Usually one end of the nervous cell is where they receive information. We usually call these dendrites. And then if information is received, they send a signal down their long axon to the axon terminus, right, where they either relay the message or the message stops, right? We call this space in between two nerve cells is called a synapse. And basically what happens is this is a little space and chemical messengers are released outside of one nerve cell. If they bind to the other nerve cell, if enough of it binds, it starts what we call an action potential, or an electrical signal that zips down the length of the nerve. And when it gets to the axon terminus, the end of the nerve, you secrete more chemical to turn on the next nerve cell. We call the little chemicals are called neurotransmitters. Right? So it's gonna be a bunch of new vocabulary that you'll need to know. Synapse, dendrite, axon, neurotransmitter, action potential, neuron. Sounds like fun, doesn't it? The beginning of the nervous system is the brain. The brain. Say hello, brain. Hello, brain. Yeah, the brain is made up of millions and millions of neurons interconnected with each other, and basically a large mass of neurons. And those connections between cells are what enable you to do things like think, remember, have emotional feelings, be able to make sense of what light is coming in through your eye so you can see what sound waves are hitting you in the eardrum so you can hear. I mean, the brain does that all. And so we're going to spend some time looking at the brain, the different parts of the brain, and this wondrous organ made up of nerve cells, neurons. neurons. All right? Let's have a good day talking about nerves. Don't get on my nerves. Let's talk about nerves.